What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Why do you do that? Oh. Why not?
It's fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald right here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's Spot Show live stream. Yes, it is Friday Eve or Thursday, whatever you want to call it. Almost done with a work week, except for probably a few folks might have to work this weekend. So, we'll chat with you tomorrow about that. But yeah, today we're just gonna shoot shit about. Oh, sorry, that's somebody else's. Shoot the breeze. Talk some crap. Anyway, talk about the sport of professional wrestling. That's what we talk about here today. It's safe this week. No intertwining political stuff this week. I think I think everybody's had enough of politics. We had the inauguration Monday and the fallout of that. So yeah, I think it's I think we're good. I think the nation's good with politics for right now. I think I could be wrong. But anyway, so yes, I am here live on location in delightful Duncan, South Carolina. Um, so if you're watching me live, hey, join me here in the chat. Give us your opinion or give me your opinions on uh, whatever I talk about tonight. Um, Opinion, comment, anything's good with me, or simply be friendly, say hello. Also, if you're not watching this live, this thing will stay on YouTube, so you can watch the recap. I call it recap. It's not real or replay. Excuse me, not recap, replay of tonight's show. So you can make you a comment on the comment section if you're not able to join me live. Also, if you're entertained by this, give me that thumbs up button. Click on it. Also, if you're not a subscriber yet, be a champ and click on that subscribe button. Also, like I said, I always forget this. There's like a little thing called a notification bell. Click on that too, so when I have new content uploaded, you will know about it. So you can go watch it. Watch off. Anyway, let's see what else can I babble about. Waste some time here till the people. I'll wait for a few people to get on the chat here. So we had another snowstorm. I think it hit the northeast a little pretty hard, which always hits there pretty hard. Have co-workers who are working in South Georgia. They got a good bit of snow as well. Back home where I do live, they got a little bit of snow. Talked to a friend and they were like, yeah, we you know when it snowed Tuesday, so yeah. I guess just someone that said, yeah, it still had snow in their yard. Or today, a little bit of snow in the yard. Um, didn't get much. We got some, and there were some that morning, but it was kind of weird. It uh, didn't really affect much. We just kept working right away, hauling in material and spreading it, compacting it, and I was testing it, and I was came out pretty good. Um, Other than that, yeah, we didn't really the roads didn't get messed up or anything like that. it was Tuesday night. I looked outside and I looked at the weather. I think it was Sunday, and they were like, no snow, no chance of snow. Then all of a sudden that afternoon, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get some snow. It's gonna start snowing, about 5 o'clock or so. And I think yeah, 25, 30, or 5 and 6 started snowing. Uh, like I said, just a little bit, enough to stick on the cars, but not really enough to um, mess up the roads or anything like that. It got wet. That's about it. Uh, yeah, I was making a joke to somebody Wednesday morning. I was like, well, if you really want to know where I parked at the hotel, just go by there. If you see a pile of ice, not like a pile, just a small. Well, you see little patches of ice cubes. That's where I parked at. That's because I sometimes empty my cooler uh, in the bushes there because I made a mistake one time and didn't, and the ice melted. And being a lucky guy I am, guess what happened? There was enough of an opening right there, and I tilted it just tilted just enough to pour all that water right on me. But luckily, I was at the hotel at the time I did it. So usually, empty my cooler, either on the job site or in the bushes at a hotel. Uh, so yeah, that's how my luck is sometimes. Uh, anyway, hopefully it says I'm on, so it's telling me I'm not. Let me check the YouTube. Uh, yep, I'm there. Oh, Joking, what's new? Nothing new here. Just there we go. I can see it. There we go. All right, let's get this show started. Like, a few little tidbit things to talk about. I will kind of be all over the place, so you don't have to be all over the place. So I'm kind of organized. So bear with me a little bit. First bit of news today. Not big news. I say not huge. Well, not really huge news or anything like that. But um, the dirty stuff comes from the uh, the usual suspects. So we might keep that on last. We're gonna breeze through this shit today. Anyway, kicking things off, we'll talk about some WWE news. And it looks like so far Netflix is very happy uh, with the way things are turned out for WWE Raw on their streaming platform. Um, Co-CEO Ted Sarandos shared a key, uh, excuse me, uh, shared key viewership insights during a Netflix earnings call. Here is what Sarando said. WWE is off to a great start. First week, we drew about 5 million people. That is worldwide. That's not just one channel or anything like that. I remember reading that article right the other week or last week. It's uh, it's cumulative. It's like yeah, it was live on Monday night, but during the course of the week, they've accumulated around 5 million views. I don't know I forgot what the exact number was. So if you do, hit me up in the chat. Um, so yeah, we drew 5 million, about 5 million views, which is about 2 times the audience that Monday Night Raw was getting on linear television. Pretty consistent with how we modeled it, how we hoped to build the audience for the league. league. We also saw that the non-live viewing, so in the day after the live event, our viewing grew by 25%, mostly outside the U.S. time zones. So this is a new viewing in the UK and Canada, Mexico, Australia, Brazil, particularly big markets in the U.S. Our viewing off Monday Night Raw was as big as the Monday Night Raw viewing has been in 5 years. So we're super thrilled about how that's going and how that's coming out. Again, just not to be overly repetitive, we are going to be mindful of the bottom line, and it's really important that those economics do work, and that the big league sports, full league, full season economics are very hard to make work. And so for us, we want to be able to bring value to the sport like we have to date with the WWE, certainly, but have we like to have with the NFL too, where we were basically able to bring a big audience, young audience, a more global audience than linear television. Uh, that has been reflected on this deal as well. So, yeah. Um, so basically, they're happy. This is a. How do we talk about? Pardon me. Um, I think this is what all the streaming networks are going to be looking at doing. I mean, not this WWE, all sports. They want to get contracts to not just one night a week or one game a week or anything like that. They want to get multiple games. Because I thought there was like a NFL package, NFL Network. Uh, that's on like Dish or something like that. Uh, somebody probably. I'm not that familiar with that. I think they have something called Red Zone, but I think they usually uh, if the team is in the red zone, which is close to the goal line, uh, that's when they'll flip to that game and uh, show people what happened. But I'm not that familiar with it, so pardon me about that. Pardon me. Where'd I get that? Pardon me. Pardon me. Um, pardon me. Do you have any grape coupon? But um, so I had no freaking clue about the red zones. What I'm trying to say, in my type of English. Uh, so if somebody wants to fill me in on that, and I don't guess the NFL Network, I don't even know if it's still available or it's just that, or they're just play a couple games too on that, and uh, but I think Amazon already has Thursday night football. Um, I'm sure Netflix just played like a couple, one or two games this past Christmas or something like that. So they want to do more business with NFL, and I'm pretty sure with MLB, uh, maybe soccer, MLS, NBA. Even though NBA is not, from what I hear, NBA is not doing super like it used to be. But yeah, I mean, this is and it's kind of we kind of seen it during the college football national championship game. I think it was primarily on ESPN, not on the uh, wasn't on like ABC or CBS or Fox or anything. It was on ESPN, I do believe. Again, please chat, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, because I was just reading about this and I didn't read the whole article. I just kind of read over the comments and everybody kind of like was saying the same thing. It was like some of us don't care to watch ESPN or whatever, um, and a lot of people done pull the cord on cable and they do whatever just do streaming or whatnot. Um, basically, they just I mean they still they'll probably get like one of those wall antennas and get the local channels and that's it. So if it's not on a local channel or local national channel like ABC, CBS, Fox, CW, NBC. Uh, they don't want ESPN Plus or whatever. So, but supposedly the ratings were down for the college football um, game, but and I mean, let's face it, NFL does bigger ratings than 5 million people. Well, they might draw 5 million people for one game. Uh, but yeah, this is. I mean, again, this looks good. I think they went. They did lose some viewers. I think they got 3.7 million views this week. So that's still a hell of a number. Uh, while we're on that subject, go Mahomes. Oh gosh. Uh, I got a bold prediction. Okay, Kansas City goes to the Super Bowl. Washington Redskins. I'm not calling them the Commandos or Commanders or whatever the heck that is. Because you're lucky I remember it now. Because sometimes when we talk about football, with the guys and stuff like that, I still say Redskins. Because I just kind of show my old age. But anyway, so it's gonna be my Kansas City against the Washington Redskins Commandos or whatever. Washington, Kansas City versus Washington. Washington's going to have a big lead. Then Kansas City's going to come back and win. That's my bold prediction. I done. Speaking of college football game, I lost $5 in that crap. I was feeling lucky that day too. I, I see. I was feeling not to go off subject again. I know I do that plenty of times on this program. Um, so I was feeling lucky Monday. I let's see. I won. I played one of the South Carolina lotteries. I don't play a whole lot, but it was their equivalent to the Fantasy Five in Georgia. And I won $1. $1. I was like, wow, I'm feeling lucky. Uh, made an order to Ingles, but they didn't. I think I got half my order. They didn't have chicken, or because long story short, sometimes when I'm out of town, don't tell my boss, make some money out the per diem. Um, I'll get like an 8-piece chicken, nibble on that for 3 or 4 nights, and just like the microwave, add water, craft macaroni and cheese or potato salad or something like that, and then kind of nibble on that for the next 3 or 4 days. But they didn't have the fried chicken, they didn't have the macaroni and cheese. They didn't have a couple more things. Well, and that okay that the morning I made the order, they didn't have the macaroni and cheese and my simply orange cheese. It's like okay, whatever. So by the afternoon didn't have something else. I forgot what, and they didn't have chicken except for like uh nothing but dark meat chicken. Nothing wrong with I need a little white, a little dark, whatever. Um, but so they didn't have that. So I was like, yeah, just reimburse me. Well, they didn't reimburse me for the simply orange cheese and the macaroni and cheese. They reimbursed that on my card, but they reimbursed the chicken in cash. I think it's chicken only thing they didn't have. Yeah, because it was like $10. They gave me cash for it. It's like, oh, I got cash in my pocket now. I was like, feeling a little because you know how it goes. Um, it's like they can take it out of your account just like that, but if you reimburse it on the card, it takes like you know what 3 to 5 days, 3 to 5 weeks, something like that. I'm like, but they reimbursed me in cash. I was like feeling lucky. So my brother, we got a group text, and my brother chimed in. It's like, who we got? Notre Dame or Ohio State. So my younger sister and older brother, they both like, uh, we got Ohio State. So I'm like, $5 Notre Dame. And of course, we all know how they end up. So I'm out $10 because of Notre Dame. Um, they're gonna I'm gonna hate that team forever. Uh, so I'm out $10 thanks to Notre Dame. So I got the $10. So that $10 I got cash, I'm pretty much gonna have to get give it to them. Uh, so there. See, that's how my luck goes. That is how my luck goes. I could say the line, but no. I can fall in a truck full of apples and come out with a tomato in my mouth. If you know me, I don't like tomatoes, so therefore, they'll really suck for me. So yeah, that's how my luck is. Anyway, let's get going here. So yeah, it's cool that they're happy. Everybody's happy. I forgot how long that little contract's for, uh, but look to see these streaming networks start, pressing hard to get. And I think Max is already they do own uh Turner Broadcasting, TNT, TBS. So I think they do got few basketball games on there. They might show live. Or they looking to start showing live. Um, so now you got play one throw their hat for again TBS. I think TBS does show a lot of baseball. That's not the not the Braves anymore. That they're not no longer the Braves network. But but look for them to start making big pushes to get more names out there to get more people to subscribe to their channels. All right, and let's keep it with the. Let me scroll down here in my notes. There we go. All right. Of course, this is probably this internet BS, rumors and BS. There might be a potential revival of Evolve. Of course, Evolve was I guess purchased by the WWE in 2020. It was a indie promotion started by Gabe Sapolsky. Excuse me. He was he used to work with in ECW with Paul Heyman. Then he was like the head booker for a long time for Ring of Honor when there was getting started. But after he left there, um, he helped form Evolve, and this is around 2010. Um, and had that's where they stuck around to about like I said 2020. Josh Briggs came from there. Um, let's see, Austin Theory. He was a champion there for a while. Uh, back in 2015, Drew Galloway, Drew McIntyre, he wrestled there. Gargano, uh, Timothy Thatcher, Rich Swann as well. So basically, your who's who of indie uh, talent at the time. Hey, even AR Fox, um, wrestled there for a long time. But like a lot of things that happened in 2020, thanks to that the COVID deal, a lot of companies. I mean, I still say it really hurt NWA power, the Billy Corgan deal, uh, but yeah, basically, there might be a chance that um, there'll be a revival of Evolve. The brand remains in play, although no official confirmation has been made. Reports suggest that some independent wrestlers have been contacted regarding their availability for a possible taping. However, the initial date discussed for the project was postponed. At present, no specific schedule or plans for Evolve are listed internally within the WWE. If the revival moves forward, it is expected to spotlight WWE's next in line or NIL talents. Gabe Sapolsky, who has been leading the WWE NIL program, is anticipated to spearhead the creative direction for the brand. While discussions are ongoing, nothing has been finalized. There is speculation that progress could occur before WrestleMania, but as of now, the status remains unconfirmed. Um, so you got Evolve that might spark back up. You got they already have NXT. They got a partnership now. Again, I kind of like read this before while I was setting everything up. Again, this could be just internet rumors and BS. Um, that TNA or WWE may purchase a bit of TNA. So again, you kind of like I was discussing last week with when they're doing a partnership with TNA. This really does sound like they're trying to have a new territory system. Basically under the WWE brand, not NWA. Um, like it was back in the day. WWE said, you can call them developmental territories, like this article says. It'll be most of your next in line. So, I guess if you compare it to baseball, because baseball's got their minor league system. You got A, Double A, and Triple A. I would imagine, the Evolve will be A and TNA. It's kind of hard. Probably like A and Double A, and you'll have like a Double A and like NXT will probably be like a mix of like Double A and Triple A uh developmental uh territory. If they have TNA, which right now, like I said, could be internet BS, but as of right now, they just have a working agreement for TNA and NXT to kind of work together, not a full purchase. So you don't have pretty much two, I guess, call it or AAA. So if you call it Evolve like A or AAA, the talent will branch off into either TNA or NXT. So exciting thing is I think it's me personally. I think it's cool because I've seen the Next in Line program. They go out and try and recruit legit athletes. I've read articles where they I think Big E and a couple of people went to Georgia Tech. I think this was last year, year before last, to speak with student athletes. Basically, what I gather, it was basically saying, look, you're all legit athletes. If you don't get drafted or your Olympic dreams or whatever don't quite come true, give us a call if you know uh, want to give this a shot. You'll you know it's sports entertainment, but you'll be in athletics still and show off your athletic ability. I mean, Tiffany Stratton, I think she was a gymnast, and look how well she's turning out. Same with Charlotte. I mean, she was neither one of these were part of that Next in Line project, uh, but yeah, this is what they're doing. They're going to go trying to get legit athletes. I spoke about this a few weeks ago, where Evander Holyfield's son, who played for the Georgia Bulldogs as a running back and played for a couple of NFL teams, didn't quite, his NFL dreams didn't quite pan out, but he's under this program too. So, and I think A&E is going to do like a little special on the Next in Line project as well. So, they're again, this is kind of like what uh, your territories would do. I know from the stories I heard, Bill Watts would do this. He would perfect example, Steve Dr. Death Williams. He recruited him from the University of Oklahoma, got him in, and of course, have any clue with Bill Watts? He loved that big tough athlete. He like or legit athletes like Dot, Ted DiBiase, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, who watched football, uh, NFL football, Ernie Ladd as well. Then you go like to Vern Gagne, wasn't really part of NWA, was AWA. He would actually recruit like legit collegiate wrestlers. Same with um, Eddie Graham in Florida. He got uh, B. Brian Blair. He got uh, Paul Orndorff. Who else? I think Dick Slater. He done not only not only Dick Slater legit bad mofo. He plays some football too. Ole Anderson, of course, he got some legit athletes and got a few like bodybuilders. I mean, I want to say again, chat. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Ole Anderson and Gene Anderson had a bit part of breaking Tony Atlas in. Uh, and Ole Anderson, Ole Anderson, if you're a big tough guy, he'll get you. If you look like you could draw money, he would nab you. I mean, Road Warriors, perfect example. He went to Minnesota, talked to Ed Sharkey, who trained wrestlers in Minnesota. Said, "Hey, I need some I need two big badass dudes. All right, come to my bar. We got a couple of big bouncers here. Picked out Animal, picked out Talk, and rest is history for them. So yeah, same thing now as the WWE's doing is going out trying to get legit athletes who either and also they're getting not only legit athletes or uh, your football player types and stuff like that. They're still looking at independence, and seeing what talents they can get. Man, I hate to go ahead and make fun of AEW already, but they have no development whatsoever. And if it's, I mean, if Ring of Honor is supposed to be developmental, they're lagging. They are. You, you don't. I haven't seen any talent in AEW progress in their skills or anything like that. Let's just say that. Brenda Watson, hello. Not matching again. I have the orange Gatorade, which pardon me again. I'm going to take a sip of this. But yeah, definitely think it's cool. It's great for the business, great for their business anyway. Um, and great for these kids. It's like, and so you got to think, ever since the territory system died, and I hate to like, you know, digress here, but to me, it seems like when that territory system died, it was just hard for them to find, I hate to say it again, legit athletes to want to become professional wrestlers. Because all these local promotions could not afford to pay train a person, give them the work, and pay them enough to earn a living. Uh, I mean, I'm not talking about life changing salary. I'm talking about, hey, you wrestle here and you'll make as starting out at least make as much as at least a regular 9 to 5 or except for you get to travel around the state and part of the country and learn your craft and who knows, maybe the big leagues will call. There you go. Now there have been a few who uh, kept wrestling. I mean, that took many years for. I don't remember. I think it was Anthony Henry. I mean, I remember watching him when he first started in. Well, first time I seen him, he was wrestling Friday nights in Cornelia, Georgia, and Friday nights was basically because they did like a little wrestling school there. I don't think he went to that school. I think he got trained by somebody else, but he did he did come in on Friday nights and wrestle there. Then later on, kind of got a bigger independent name and stuff like that. Uh, and but but it took many years for he was. I think he did a uh when the podcast things first started. I forgot what year it was, but he said at that point he was making his 100% living wrestling. Uh, so he was traveling around the country doing independence and making a living. I don't think he wrestled for Ring of Honor either. So and there was not a lot of Ring of Honors where it was able to pay people a you know a living actually. Uh, I think I want to say the Briscoes uh, when they was I think their Ring of Honor contract was about to come up, and they asked them, "Hey, there was no AEW yet, and it was asked, is like, if you have a choice, TNA or WWE, which you really go to?" He said, I mean, this was at that time, like I said, I forgot what year it was. They'd rather go to WWE than TNA because they went TNA, they might as well stay in Ring of Honor because TNA wasn't offering those like life changing salary. WWE was offering those life changing salaries. Uh, and I think they wind up starting like a landscaping business and stuff like that. So to make even more money, take care of their families and stuff like that. So yeah, like I said, this is a could be a good deal. Again, just my opinion. What do you folks think? Well, this Saturday we got another Saturday night's main event. Man, they're gonna start cranking these out. Um, this one takes place in San Antonio, Texas. I want to move to Texas. How is it in Texas? I don't think I want to move to San Antonio. I was thinking more Amarillo because I think they're yeah, it does get really hot in Amarillo, but they do have somewhat changing seasons because I think it's real close to Colorado. So I think somebody saying you see the Colorado mountains from Amarillo, so not as bad. Doesn't stay hot really long like South Texas. I don't think I do. You know, I, heck, I don't think I can handle South Georgia, much less South, or much more, South Texas. But anyway, I digress. So, got a few matches right now. I've only seen 4 matches that get set up. I'm pretty sure Friday they'll set up some more. Uh, Along with matches, they got the contract signing for the ladder match between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, which will take place at the Royal Rumble. Uh, I think the official WWE Championship, uh, Undisputed Championship, whatever they call it, and the Wing Championship belt will both be on hanging over a ladder. They gotta get them both. Whoever gets it wins. Uh, mm, but yeah, this is contract signed, so you know it's going to happen. Uh, Pretty sure the tables gonna get tipped over and some hands are going to be thrown. That kind of cool stuff. But apparently, Shawn Michaels going to be there to keep order. I think. All right. For the World Heavyweight Championship, you're going to have Gunther going against Jey Uso. I think this show is going to be pretty predictable. Don't think it's going to be too many surprises. Gunther's going to win this one. Um, you got for the Intercontinental Championship, you're gonna have Braun Breaker against Sheamus. Sheamus been chasing that Intercontinental Championship for a long time. That's the only championship he's not held in the WWE. Well, I don't think he's gonna get that night. So Braun Breaker will keep his. Uh, Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. Hey, we gotta put the kid over. I think they're gonna put Jacob Fatu over on that one. Um, this won't be exactly a 5-star match, but uh, nothing against Braun Strowman, but man, I wish they could have found Jacob Fatu a better opponent. Uh, unless they're gonna put Jacob Fatu over strong, like uh, medieval strong. Anyway, and like I said, only 4 matches so far I know of on this card. You're gonna have for the WWE Women's World Championship, Rhea Ripley going against Nia Jax. I think that's Nia Jax. That's Brenda's favorite wrestler, but I'm gonna break her heart and say Rhea Ripley's gonna win this one. I just don't see they're gonna give it to Jax or Nia Jax this quickly after Rhea Ripley just won it back. Uh, and I mean, with the championship, without the championship, you got a minute. Rhea Ripley's freaking over. Anyway, seen a strange thing on yeah, well, what's was it? One of those social media sites, Facebook or Twitter, X, excuse me. Uh, Somebody put a side by side picture of a younger Rhea Ripley with the blonde hair and no tattoos against Rhea Ripley now, and they're like, oh, she was so much better, as the typical blonde Rhea Ripley, but made a comment. It's like, I mean, I think Rhea Ripley's attractive. I mean, especially when if you ever see her doing those, at the Hall of Fame award ceremony and stuff like that, dressed really nice, looking really nice. Don't dig the tattoos all over the place myself, especially all over the legs. I don't dig that, but yeah, women, men, let me know what you think about Rhea Ripley's attractiveness, because this guy pretty much was just not much. I was thinking about it, but I was like, nah, I don't know him, he don't know me, and I'm not gonna flame somebody uh, that bad. I mean, people got different tastes, but he was really kind of being like, oh, why she had to dye her hair black and all part of a gimmick. And one thing I thought this thing is like, I don't really think this is really just a gimmick for her. She's really into that. Don't really want to say lifestyle, but uh, the goth thing, and she digs the music, the heavy metal music, stuff like that. So I don't think it's a gimmick with her. This is pretty much her. So with out of the way, let me scroll back up here. Like I said, I was kind of go all over the place today. This evening. All right. Let's talk about Beavis. Oops. Where's Beavis at? There's Beavis. Release me! Release me! Release me! Anyway, apparently Tony Stark, Ricky Starks wants to be released from his contract. He ain't been on TV in gosh know how long, and he wants to be released. And apparently, allegedly, this guy will use that supposedly, his legal terms. Tony Khan is blocking that. He's like, no, you're not. I mean, not totally like the Ray Phoenix thing, but and that's got to be a black guy. But I'll be making a point here shortly after all this. I think if I remember. Anyway, Ricky Starks is reportedly exploring a way out of AEW after being underutilized for nearly a year. According to Abu, a wrestling purist, Starks has previously requested his release from AEW, but the request has been denied by AEW CEO the real CEO of AEW, Tony Khan, consequently starts will have to fulfill the remainder of his contract with the company. I'm going to pause right there. It's like, okay, if he's got to, if he's got to fulfill his contract, you're paying the dude money. Put him on TV, job him out like the good old days. WWE would job people out. They're not just going to let people sit at home and not get paid. Um, it's goth. I think that's what they still call it. I don't know if it's really goth or just. I mean, what would you call that? I guess a heavy metal lifestyle. I mean, the goth thing is supposed to be like, right? I mean, um, yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'm fucking old, dude. I don't have any kids. But apparently so, because there's people who still do the goth metal phase or metal thing, heavy metal uh fandom. We call it that. I think it's kind of almost one of the same. I don't know. I guess goth was more. You, you, I guess Rhea Ripley's part because they when I read the thing, they were like goth, 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 and I should have really kind of thought about that. It's like no, it's more of a metal fandom, metal music fandom. Because she's more to the metal music, not the Cure. I think the goth was more the Cure type music. I'm right. Could be wrong. Like I said, I'm old. Yeah, death metal, black metal. Um, oh, I wish I can remember that name of that documentary. That's a kick ass documentary. Or not really kick. Uh, hold on a second, because you got me on it now. Uh, oh, that's a. What's the other one? See, now you got me. Eh, you know what? I'm being an idiot. Oh, come on. Mm. Ah, here it is. Come on. See the. Can't think of the name of it. Marshmallow. Oh, until a light takes us. It's about the Norwegian black metal scene. Uh, kind of a true crime documentary as well. So I do recommend that one. That was good. All right, get back to wrestling. Yeah, I mean, I forgot the name of the group that does Ria's music. I mean, obviously, the person who wrote uh, the tweet, whatever, uh, was probably old like me anyway, because he can't. Or people would comment, it was like, she's into goth. It's like, but no, I think she's just more of a metal fan. So anyway, back to Beavis. Let's see. The report suggests that multiple factors have contributed to this situation. Although most details remain undisclosed, Starks has been absent from WWE programs since since March 2024, and has publicly stated that he is uncertain why he has been not being utilized. To maintain his relevance, Starks has taken independent bookings. He has worked events for Glory Pro Wrestling Apocalypse and House of Glory, but was pulled from the GCW appearance following the Effie controversy. Speculation has arisen regarding AEW's interest in Stark or WWE's interest in Starks. Many believe he is likely to join WWE once his AEW contract expires. Uh, Again, it's like either release him or put him on TV. You're paying him. I mean, it's cool that you let him do independent shows. Which okay, he's going to be at this independent show in I don't know where Glory Pro Wrestling wrestles at. I get let's just say uh, New York. Okay, I'm not going to travel from Georgia and New York to see him. So you know what? I'll wait till YouTube. Guess what? Forget because I don't know the Glory Pro Wrestle roster or anything like that. So, uh, and I'll be honest, I don't even watch GCW. I mean, I heard us people. Let's just say I heard people dig it. Not my thing. Like I said, I can watch. If there's a card, there's a death match, whatever. I can watch maybe one or two of them. I don't think I watch a tournament full or a whole um, card full of them. Um, I mean, even ECW would have a little, even though they would kind of use weapons and stuff like that, they did have a little more variety to them. Uh, but yeah, like I said, just let Beavis go. He wants to hang out with his buddy Cody. He wants to hang out with his childhood hero, The Rock. I'm guessing that's his childhood. I don't know, but I suppose like yeah, him and Cody are buddies. Last thing here. Speaking of people who might be leaving or almost leaving AEW soon, Britt Baker, DMD. This week's speculation surrounding AEW star Britt Baker suggesting she might be finished with the company due to various issues on Wrestling Observer Network or Wrestling Observer Radio. Dave Meltzer and Ron Alvarez addressed the situation between Britt and AEW. Meltzer stated, "My basic impression is it's a story that there's a kernel of truth to some of it, uh, but it got blown way out of proportion." Alvarez added, "What happened is I think that Wade Keller, on one of his shows, was talking about it, and it was one of those things where somebody wrote about what they heard him say, and then another site took that story and wrote more dramatic headline, and then another site took that story and wrote an even more dramatic headline. And by like noon Pacific today, I was seeing these headlines: Britt Baker is done with AEW. Tony Khan will no longer use her." And he was like, what is happening here? Uh, get all that. Uh, while Britt Baker is a polarizing figure within AEW, claims that no one in the locker room likes her or faults. Meltzer noted that many are unsure why Britt isn't currently utilized, emphasizing uh, emphasizing that ultimately is Tony Khan's call. However, those he spoke with expressed that she is not currently sidelined. Her contract remains active, indicating that she will be used again in the future. So yeah, I guess that might be a rumor killer. Um, Now she ain't been on TV since the one match with Penelope, was it Penelope Ford. Then Sweet came out, and you can see Britt Baker saying, "Hey, no one cares." Uh, and I remember watching that program, and yeah, she's not. I mean, she got a pretty good pop when she came back and started her little program with Mercedes Monet. Um, and I hate to use a wrestling phrase here, but you can see the boo boo face on Britt Baker when she was going into that match with Monet that night. She knew she was not. I mean, I think I watched it with a buddy of mine. I mentioned, hey, she's got the boo boo face. She's not going over on this match. but um, but I mean, so far ain't nobody going over on Monet. Not even other companies. She was. I think I seen her last night. She had like 4 belts with her. It's like okay. Um, so I guess she's trying to be the um, female equivalent of Kenny Omega when he was um, sporting around like a belt for every place he wrestled at. FTR did it for the tag teams. Ultimo Dragon did it best. Ultimo Dragon, because you didn't see that often, if any. So it looked cool that he had all these uh, junior cruiser lightweight belts from all these other companies, territories, what you want to call it. But Britt Baker, she's a she's a dentist with her own practice, her own hospital, her own office, and all that. So just being a dentist, I remember in Florida too. I think she's probably making 200 to 300,000 a year doing that. Um, and it's she had an injury, then supposedly she had a small seizure or whatever. Tell her, hey, be a dentist. Don't make good. I not. I mean, I don't know how much AEW is paying her, but you're still gonna make a really good living in Florida. No sales tax, no no state income tax. Making 200 to 300,000 dollars a year, no bumps. Um, Now would a WWE be interested? Possibly, but Brit. The internet wrestling community is going to light it up if she winds up going to WWE. She's going to take that blood money, blood money. Oh yeah, especially if she. Because I think what they do the Saudi shows, I think if you're not on that show, you still get paid for working that night. A little bit of bonus for working that night. I don't know if they still do that or not. I think Vince McMahon would do it. Not sure if TKO Sports or I don't think Triple H is. Is he hands on with who gets paid what stuff like that, or who makes that call? Who gets paid? So if Britt Baker went to the WWE and said, "I'm not doing no Saudi Arabia show, blood money," she's gonna take that check from that blood money. I guarantee. I would. Hell, I'd go there. I mean, to me, if you're gonna have a show in Atlanta, Chicago, LA, um, other countries, why not Saudi? Saudi. You can't. Yeah, I guess you get paid by the government, whatever. But um, you're there to perform in front of the fans. Fans who show up there, they're very vocal. Uh, they don't just sit on their hands or anything. What was it? The dark side of the uh, ring where they talk about the Korea show. Um, like every match, the fans were kind of just almost kind of like they were forced there, and were sitting on their hands all the time until the Antonio Inoki and Ric Flair match came about. And I guess Antonio Inoki cut a little promo and got the fans behind them and stuff like that. So that made for a better match definitely when the fans get you know uh, involved. I guess being vocal and making some noise makes for a pretty good show. Uh, so I seen pretty good. Like, hey, this match looks great, but the fans don't give a crap. Seen plenty of those matches, and seen plenty of matches where, okay, this match is not that great, but man, the fans are digging this. That's all that matters. I'm not saying that because I'm a fan, but I'm a fan that watches this, gets it. Um, that's what they're there to do. Entertain the fans, kind of like all sports leagues, movies, musicians. They come perform a show, with fans get entertained. So, um, men, women, children, they attend these shows, and they, like I said, very vocal and like what they see most of the time. So, um, and they're they get paid a lot of money to go over there to do it. So, why not? I think there was one time that it did turn kind of scary, um, but hey, somebody set you know bombs off in America. Somebody do it in London. Somebody do it in Japan. Um, just for the hell, people are mean. Some people are just freaking cruel these days. Um, so, like I said, and like I was just saying too, if she's got these injuries, had a seizure or whatever, it'd be best for her to just get out. I understand you like to hear the pop, uh, whatever. You like to go in there and perform. Um, but sometimes you got, especially when you got a career where you're going to be making six figures and not taking a bump. Understandable. And, let's face it, Britt Baker is no Charlotte Flair. Now, there are times, uh, you can actually go back to the Dynamite. I think I did a Dynamite recap where she faces Sweep at one time, and might be the Penelope Ford match where it's like, okay, if you do a pace that fits Britt Baker, she can look good. But if you try to up tempo the pace in like a lucha type pace, she gets lost. Not lost. It just seems clumsy and all that stuff. So, um, if you agent her and a steady pace, but not like I said, speed up lucha pace, it's not her. Just a classic wrestling pace fits her well, to be honest. But uh, And like I said, after that match with Monet, people were just, eh, Britt Baker. I mean, supposedly there's going to be, they were in talks of having a feud between Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, but I think when Jamie got hurt, that program got scrapped as well. But but I think Chris Statlander, as far as in ring work and being over, um, I think she can get over. They did a hiccup. They turned her heel. They shouldn't turn her heel. Shouldn't shouldn't turn Chris Statlander heel. They shouldn't turn Willow Nightingale heel. Uh, Renee, yeah, stay heel. Mariah May, stay heel. She's doing so well at that. Um, who's that woman name in the Death Riders? I don't know if she's gonna be in ring or just she's gonna be kind of like the female bodyguard of the Death Riders. But yeah, heel. Who else is in there? But yeah, I mean, but yeah, Britt Baker, if she did come back, she can be a heel, have a slower pace, work on the body part, cheat, stuff like that. I mean, her finisher maneuver is a submission hold, so go with that. Um, now there's now if you want the TMZ thing, supposedly Conan Conan said the reason her and Adam Cole broke up because she was messing around and I think I read somewhere else where oh that's not the reason she's not been demoted, but supposedly she's been a few little uh kind of behind the scenes stuff, and this this is stuff that you don't want your company to be just known for. I mean, it does seem like again. I mean, we're going since the All in Wembley, the the first All In Wembley, the big stadium show, was overshadowed by backstage BS with you know CM Punk. Uh, Nobody seemed like nobody cared about uh, any of the matches that might be on there that night. No hype, no build up between. I mean, there was a little bit of hype, not as much hype as they do uh, for any show, but as far as the you know internet sites, the internet wrestling community, it was all talk about CM Punk and and uh, Dylan's baby boy Jack Perry, and something happened what like a year before that with the him and the Young Bucks and everybody else getting a fight, whatever. And but yeah, that overshadowed that, and then um, trying to think what happened this year. I don't think really anything overshadowed it. It's just seems like there's always something else besides the television in ring product that gets out there and distracts from what they're trying to build, and that's not good. When people are kind of like, uh, okay, what's AEW known for? Well, it's supposed it's we're the best wrestle, but um, I mean, I'll say it again: Will Ospreay, hell of a talent, biggest matches, every pay per view, he probably has the best. Any card he's on in AEW, just about best match on the card. If not the best, definitely top two, three, maybe. I mean, and this is an AEW pay per view card where they have like counting the 0 hour matches, 15 matches. He's in the top two, top three. I mean, or his match is top two, uh top one, the top three matches. So, but again, it got overshadowed when he, did his little thing on TV about Triple H. Nobody cared, dude. Nobody. That probably still gets talked about more than you having the best match on the card. And now it's like you got they're they're doing shows in like less than 10,000 seat venues. That's not good. That is not. And I said it before. I mean, anybody who's in the chat can vouch for me. Their live product is uh watching these guys and girls perform live in AEW is way better than watching on TV. Except for okay, I will say the little match between Dax Harwood and Chris Jericho. That was a little yeah, it was okay. Then that one little I guess you can call it botch or whatever, but but at this stage in Chris Jericho's career, he's definitely not having 5-star matches. Um, Definitely not. I mean, the match last night with Cope, who, uh, by the way, I think if I read it right, Adam Copeland dropped the Adam, left the land, started coping, let the cope, and he thought that was more marketable than Adam Copeland. So, Radar Superstar Cope sounds like a winner. I mean, it's kind of hard. I mean, kind of too late to be starting a new name and trying to build a new career from a different name than Edge. I mean, he was Edge for how many years? Yeah, like I said. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it, I don't know if he just don't have enough locker room leaders, or somebody's, or if it's him getting his own way, or just I don't know if it's him letting wrestlers kind of do what they want, or things get leaked out, or what the deal is. I mean, Britt Baker was supposed to be their Charlotte player, basically, uh, meaning their number one female, and she's not no more. And like I said, that match with Penelope Ford, I mean, she came out and she got a good pop when she came back initially to do the feud with Mercedes Monet. And again, that was overshadowed by supposedly she badmouthed MJF in front of his girlfriend, and it pissed MJF off, and he told her, pissed him off, and he punched the wall, and she got suspended for a little bit. Got to cope with the cope. Yeah, the rated R superstar. Cope. I think it's called. Is it still the rated R superstar or rated R legend? Yeah, I mean that match with him and Pac last night was Pac did a hell of a job. Let's just say that. um, and of course he has just come back from that leg injury at his age. He's got did a good job of them selling the neck and everything else. But somebody pointed out on social media too. Is like, okay, you got with last spoiler alert. If you didn't watch Dynamite last night, close your ears for 5 seconds. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close them. The Hurt Syndicate beat a private party for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. earmuffs off. Um, so you got, sorry, I'm gonna spoil it again. So you got them, former WWE superstars. You got John Moxley, former WWE, Dean Ambrose. Let's see. Well, your trios champion, 2/3 of them are former WWE people. Chris Jericho, your Ring of Honor World Champion. I think Dustin Rhodes is one half of your tag team, Ring of Honor tag team, and 1/3 of your uh, Ring of Honor 6-man championship team. I feel like there's someone else, and yeah, so you got, of course, they got a lot of belts there. Anyway, you got good portion of your championships and major programs uh, with championships for all WWE guys. I mean, you got Tashida with the international championship, but um, the next match I think we're going to see him in is going to be the Grand Slam in Australia. It's going to be a tag team match. It should be that's going to be a damn good match. The Grand Slam in Australia with Kenny Omega teaming with Will Ospreay against Kyle Fletcher and Kazuki Tashida. It's going to be a hell, hell of a match. Um, and heck, I mean, up until Mercedes Monet, she's their TBS, and well, the rest of them are not um, AEW championships, but yeah, I mean, you got to start. Yeah, a lot of the okay. Let's see, joking. A lot of the AEW guys come up as trying to niche out their own new way of doing things and rules. We kind of start a new era that we do things our way. And yeah, I mean that's you can do that, but you gotta have somebody there to go. Okay, I get what you're trying to do. Okay, fill me in here. Okay, you want to say this in your promo? Don't. That's not going to draw. Like Mike Graham's interviews. Not a dime. Not a dime. That's not going to draw a freaking dime. Not a dime. Uh, uh. So yeah, they're like, okay, focus. Okay, focus more on this, and um, what was the NJ? Yeah, I mean, really, I mean, yeah, you get a little thing when MJF talks about, hey, you know, uh, send Karen Jarrett my way, and I'll send her back. That way, you'll know what a Olympic gold Hall of Famer and a once in a generation superstar tastes like. Do you really need that? Do you really need that? No. See, that's the kind of thing. It's like, okay, yeah, nobody's telling this. It's like, uh, I mean, I get it. I think it's cool that they trying to let some of these kids branch out and do their own promos. But even back in the territories, it's like, okay, here's your opponent. That's where you're wrestling at. So it's going to be a match. Or here's your opponent in this town, and you're going to be in a bull rope match or a cage match or some kind of gimmick match. Talk about that. Why are y'all fighting? You know, did he, cause you to lose a belt? Did this person cause you to lose a match? Y'all just hate each other? Does it hate each other? That works. Cutler. Fill me in on that one. Who's the Cutler kid? Yeah, I mean, and that, yeah, I mean, JR's been in his business forever. I mean, he might not be in his prime as far as commentary, but uh, if somebody like JR says, "Okay, why don't you try this, do that," you don't, you want to think about that, and I think that's what throws a lot of people off. I mean, yeah, JR is I mean, I mean, let's name it, dude. We're got trained under Bill Watts. There you go, right there. Then came to Crockett, and oh, okay, yeah, okay, I think I remember. Yeah, that dude's he's doing what he needs to be doing, just holding the camera. Then, um, but yeah, Jim Ross got started in the business under Leroy McGurk and or basically Bill Watts. Brandon Cutler. I remember now that little dweeby all dude with the freaking glasses. Yeah, that's all he needs to be doing. Then holding the camera. He- that's what he's good for. But yeah, again, repeat myself again. Learned RJR, came on the Crockett. Uh, I worked hand in hand, or not really hand in hand with, but worked with Dusty Rhodes until WCW got bought it out. Dealt with that BS. I think he was part of that booking committee too. Um, then went to the WWF. Became took a while because of I think he got fired a couple times, but he learned from. I mean, it wasn't nothing his fault. Uh, the Bell palsy thing with Jim Ross and Vince McMahon firing him and Hugh Southern whatever. Yeah, that's one of those up yours Vince McMahon type deal. But Vince learned from it. He became one of his. They've not really fulfilly replaced Jr. That's my opinion. I'm sorry, Michael Cole. You never were it. Um, Now, when was talking about, I think that whole thing's an angle now. I think he was on NXT last week. But the thing about he worked with Vince McMahon, he did help with production, head of talent relations and stuff like that. So yeah, he's seen a lot. He knows a lot. You want to listen to a JR if he's back there. You want to listen to a Billy Gunn who is back there. When Arn Anderson was there, you want to listen to an Arn Anderson. You want to when Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, guys like that, where rock. I mean, they show with the Rock and Roll Express with their, uh, and I know they've got to talk to somebody besides FTR. FTR gets it. That's why. That's why. I mean, even though they're, um, and they kind of been there, done that in AEW now, but they get it. They know. They studied. I'm pretty sure they probably still asked, uh, uh, when the Rock and Roll's Ricky and Robert back there, hey, what do you think about it? They can't be the only ones. They're back there. Go go ask. I think Robert Gibson has a wrestling school. Ricky Morton. Yeah, I think Robert Gibson either still does or used to have a wrestling school in Carrollton, Georgia. Ricky Morton has one up in Tennessee. So yeah, fucking ask him. Watch this match. What do you think of this? Or they gonna have me cut a promo. I mean, they have agent. I mean, I know Jerry Lynn's one of the agents. Does he know any better? I think his interview said, "Oh, this kid's on." Listen, joking something about everyone standing around outside waiting for the dives, and he. Oh, okay. Um. Well, I mean, Jr. was fucking right about that. I mean, you got these multi WWE. They do it too. Uh, you get these multi men. Either 6-man tag or tour more matches or 3-way, 4 ways, or whatever, and that's kind of what they did. It's the same thing. It's like and like I said, WWE they did this too. They all gotta get their especially the high flyer people. They all gotta get their dives in. It's like, okay, I did my dive. Your turn. Let me hold the other two people up. Okay, your turn. Your turn. It's the same thing. Um, I mean, that's why I kind of, I don't dig the whole, especially 4 ways and 3 ways. It's yeah, same thing, same finish. Everybody gets their signature. Towards the end, everybody gets their signature. Everybody gets their finisher. One person gets their finisher, and maybe the other one does roll up or inside credit, something like that, and they win. But I think Randy Orton kind of said the same thing. It's like, dive, dive. He kind of made smart ass comments about AEW. But bad thing about it, they were right. Now, like I said, my perspective as a fan. Um, and like I said, the in ring product is good. Do you need 100 dives? Probably not. Do you need 1,000 super kicks? And it's not, trust me, it's not just AEW. It's WWE too. I mean, even Penta, how many thrust kicks did he throw his debut? Now I will say they did hell hell better job of. I mean, Chad Gable. I mean, what can you say about Chad Gable? Did a whole lot better job at selling the Canadian Destroyer, Mexican Destroyer. Then and even Penta's been doing a way better job of selling now than he did when he was AEW. I mean, it's like playing a video game. Um, what's the I think the right stick up or something like that, or the one stick over, or A or B or something like that. You get the immediate um, recovery. If you got enough health, you get the immediate recovery, something like that. Didn't hit like 20 finishers. Yeah, you create a wrestler, you kind of nothing but that's a video game though. I mean, if you're doing catch, sketch, can't scan, wrestling and all on a video game will get kind of boring. Um, um, but no, it's like I mean, let's learn to cut some. Like I said, there should be agents back there. It's like, okay, here's your bullet points. Give me what you got. So, say if I say if I actually knew what the fuck to do, and say I was a wrestler one time and was an agent, be like, okay, or this is something like I said, Jay Lynn, Christopher Daniels, she's got pretty good promos. I don't think any of his is scripted, so he will know what a good promo sound like. Uh, Jerry Lynn as well. I mean, you've been in the business that long, you should know what a good promo sounds like. That's like, you know, say like Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn goes to uh, uh Darby Allen. It's like, all right, kid, here's your bullet points. Here's your bullet points. Uh, let me let me go grab a beer. Let me go grab a hot dog. I gotta go talk to somebody else. Uh, let me let me give me what you got. About 15 minutes. Let him totally sit there and think about it. It's like, okay, okay. So he comes back. All right, give me your initial promo. And he gives him one. It's like, uh, so he's going to wrestle John Moxley at um next week's Dynamite. He sat there, he's like, "Yeah, John Moxley, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna kill you and take. And I'm gonna kill you and eat you alive." That's where Jay Lynn goes, "Okay, funny, but eh, we're not really killing anybody here." So, uh, especially if you kill them and eat them. I ain't saying Darby Allin's ever done this. Any NWA Wildslide fans, they probably heard that promo before. Somebody did say that one time. Hilarious. Still make fun of it. Um, just not in front of the guy. That dude was big. So, but I'm pretty sure he probably got hazed in the back for saying something like that. But well, not hazed, but ribbed. Um, it's like so. Jerry go, okay, we'll take that out, but this stuff you got in, but sit there, stay like that. No, you're the smaller guy. Do all. I mean, it sounds boring at first, but use your own words to say, look, um, yeah, everybody knows you was living in your car when you was trying to be a wrestler. You can leave that out. You done said that hundreds of times. Leave that out. Everybody knows. But say, hey, you kind of leave in a little bit. Hey, I'm the underdog here, but I'm gonna do whatever I can to know um, win that AEW World Championship. Don't say you're gonna win. See, this is one of the things I learned by watching Mass Superstar ability to shoot interview. Kind of point of this. I'll repeat what he said, but use Darby Allin as a example. It's like, don't say you're going to beat him. To say you're going to do everything you can to win the championship. Hey, if you do win it, that's a bonus. But see, what happens is you sit there, you say, I want to do everything to win. Uh, but if you don't win, it's like the fans will see, oh, he gave it everything he's got. And the commentators do their job. He gave it everything he has to try to win it. Now, Bill Eddie's perspective, when he was talking about it, he was talking about, if he was giving a promo, even though he knows he's going to lose the match. I mean, fans didn't know he's going to lose the match. So, but his promo was like, hey, I'm going to hurt you. So, when he has a match with somebody, and say in that match he worked on a leg, worked on an arm, or something like that, and a wrestler, even though the babyface won, whoever he fought, but if that babyface comes out, kind of holding his arm a little bit, and it's like fans will know it's like, hey, he came through on his promise. He said he was gonna harm him. He hurt that arm. That arm ain't feeling too freaking good today. Let's see. The bottom line is, only way to get AEW properly use agents is to have Tony step back and give them the reins. He has a problem. He's watched too much Japan wrestling and listens to many active wrestlers with their own agenda. Um, yeah, and I mean I've said this before. Uh, see, Vince McMahon was not. Yeah, he called the shots, but he had a Pat Patterson there one time, or be a Finnish guy for a long time. When the whole uh, um, national takeover happened, he had George Scott. George Scott from uh, name it, Ricky Steamboat, Greg Valentine, Roddy Piper, and stuff like that. But George Scott I think it was George Scott. Again, chat, let me know if I'm wrong about this. So I just watched the other week the the Tales from the Dark Side, Dark Side of the Ring, uh, Black Saturday. Very good one, very good episode. But anyway, um, they George Scott was Booker. You got your Finnish guy who Pat Patterson, um, who was listen to the shoot interviews. They tell you is like uh yeah, he was probably the greatest Finnish guy or Finnish booker in the business. Um, who else do you have? I mean, he had his agents too to kind of relate. Lanza, Arnie Skolin, uh, and cats like that. But I mean, you didn't have writers back then, but you had George got kind of booking, and I'm pretty sure Vince was learning plus kind of uh so, kind of listened to what he had in mind, and it was like Vince probably said, okay, this all sounds good, but what about this? Can we do this? What do you think, Pat? What do you think? What do you think, George? Can we do? Can will this make sense to do this? And they'll be like, well, they probably say, now you got, when that whole Attitude Era came in, you had the Vince Russo, F. Ferrara, and then you get a bunch of writers in there. And he was able to, okay, take a format here and go, okay, that's BS, that's BS. Little plot hole here, so let's fill it in with this. All right, ship it out. Let's go. Uh, so he's got a team of creative people to kind of uh, and Vince can fill in holes or take away what needs to be taken away. Tony Khan's not that guy. I mean, dude, I'm pretty sure me and Tony Khan can sit here and talk about wrestling. I'm all, like I said, I'm giving all this as a fan's perspective, and that in this perspective, I'll be like, if I had $1 billion to invest in a wrestling company and go national and stuff like that, this is stuff I would do. I'd hire me. I mean, screw these contracts where you got creative control. It's like, no, but we're going to do things differently. Again, going to what another wrestler said in an interview, it's like, I can't, I can somebody write for Will Ospreay. I'm not going to write everything word for word for Will Ospreay because I'm not Will Ospreay. I'm not his character or whatever. Uh, and like I said, I always said, hey, I want to do things different from WWE. I want to keep it kind of grounded. So I want Will Ospreay to kind of, like I said, have an agent go back there and say, hey, here's your bullet points. I'll be back in about, give me a few minutes. I'll be right back. I gotta go talk to somebody else, but I get back with you and you know, cut me a promo and uh and I'll just offer my suggestions. And stuff. I mean, not only to really to kind of offer my suggestions or say, hey, definitely, put your foot down and say, no, take that shit out. Give me something else. Okay, that sounds good. I ain't saying, you gotta remember everything we went through, line for line, word for word. Just go out there and freaking do it. No. Uh, and I don't think, like I said, I never wrestled, never went to the wrestling school, whatever. But it's like Honky Tonk Man was talking about how when he first became a wrestler, he would get in a mirror and cut a promo in the mirror, or practice his craft, because talking and giving promos was even back then before it was sports entertainment, pro wrestling, you still had to give a good promo and give a promo that's grounded. I mean that's what made these especially smaller territories. I mean, especially when I started watching wrestling, like the Memphis, and even though sometimes Memphis go all over the top, but the Crockett's, Memphis, Continental, World Class. It's like, okay, this is not cookie cutter. Uh, this seems like here's Robert Fuller giving a promo. It feels like something Robert Fuller would say because he's not saying the same words, same thing as his tag team partner Jimmy Golden or his babyface opponent, the Bullet. Who was the Bullet, by the way? Just kidding. But yeah, I mean, y'all kind of get what I'm saying that there. Run off on tangents there, but I mean, here's another thing too. It's like they got to quit making headlines, especially in the internet wrestling community, making headlines about what happens backstage. Because I think, like I said, I've seen on social media where, of all things, Britt Baker wants to make a statement about is about her alleged maybe cheating on Adam Cole. And my comment was, What's that got to do anything if she's still going to be in AEW or not? That's the only story, I heard. But now there's going to be, it's like AEW TMZ. It's like, that's what they're almost branded. It's like backstage drama. It's like, when it's over, when the backstage stuff is overshadowing what like I was saying before, your in ring product or your television product, it's you're kind of doomed to fail. I mean, hmm, imagine. Okay, well that show's kind of off now, and there was some little off screen type BS that came out about that. But say The Walking Dead hit TV show. Do you think that'd be the same hit TV show that was when everything was focused not on the television show? The only thing new, I mean, only thing new came out of it was what happened off screen. The guy played Rick. He don't like. Uh, he really don't like. What's his name? He don't like to play. The guy that plays Daryl. They hate each other. They got do this, do that. Keep them separate. So they don't like each other. No, no, no. Walking Dead was about okay. We're doing a new season here. Can't really give away storylines, but uh, this actor's gonna be coming in. If you're a fan of the comic, this actor's coming in. It's gonna play this part, and people at the comic cons and stuff like that, they'll pop for it, and people read about it, and pop for it, and hey, look forward to that TV show. Uh, Same way with the wrestling. It's like, I mean, does it really matter who you know? Does it really matter who played in Britt Baker's Donut Shop? I mean, come on. Um, I mean, she wants. I mean, it's bad enough there's backstage talk about her, but then she goes off and says all things to say. Then that's when I heard that Conan, when they was talking about the Britt Baker maybe being gone, and Conan was going there. It's like I got a good sauce, amigo. I can't do it, Conan. I gotta like listen to him first. Anyway, Conan sat there and go, "Oh yeah, I got a good authority that the reason her and Adam Cole broke up is because she was letting somebody top off the cream in the front door of her donut shop." Uh, Not stay PC, but yeah, because she was cheating, sleeping around. He didn't say the donut shop first. He said she was cheating. It's like okay, I mean it's bad. But now she goes on this Twitter thing, but I never cheat. Whatever. It's like um okay. Uh, what's that got to do? I mean, I think I'd be more concerned with. I mean, of course, like I said before, Brett Baker. I think I read it right between $200,000 to $300,000 a year. Being a dentist at her own practice, she'll be fine without wrestling. But if she was counting on the income from being a dentist and income from being a wrestler to kind of have a big, uh, uh, living a really fine life, then I think I'd be more concerned if I have a job in wrestling next week than I would worry about if I was messing around. That can wait. Um, but anyway, it's getting be that time again. It's actually past that time, but need to start winding down the show here and get things packed up, ready to leave out tomorrow, check out a hotel, work a little bit, then head on home for the weekend. So appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate everybody participating in the chat. Tell your friends, come along. Share this with friends. Like I said, we try to have a little bit of fun here. Talk a little BS about wrestling. Like I said, I do all this as a fan's perspective, kind of like looking at. Um, so, so take half of what I say with a grain of salt, the rest with penicillin. Other than that, everybody have a good one. Take it easy, and until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision.
Oh, by the way, yes, tomorrow night will be Wrestling Gold Friday night. I gotta kind of advertise that, but count the episode of Papo's International Championship Wrestling. Kind of discussed a little bit of that last week on last week's episode of Wrestling Gold Friday night. So for our watch along tomorrow, we're going to check out some Angelo Papo's International Championship Wrestling. So again, take it easy, have a good one, and until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Thank you for checking out our P2 Vision. Subscribe to our P2 Vision to watch Ronald Ray's content that covers the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. His weekly content starts off with Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Every Tuesday, Ronald Ray asks 5 questions about the sport of professional wrestling. So tune in and have some fun. Then it's WWE Monday Night Raw recaps, where he recaps all the action from the Raw brand. Ronald Ray also does an AEW Dynamite recap show where he recaps and has fun doing it. Do you like live streams? Well, join Ronald Ray live on Spot Show Livestream, where he discusses current wrestling. Join the chat and have fun. Spot Show Livestream is on Thursday nights starting at 8 p.m. If current pro wrestling isn't your thing, like all wrestling past and present, or you're a new fan and want to hear how things were back in the day, then tune in to Wrestling Gold Friday night, where Ronald Ray discusses back in the